Alright, now I'm back again with the second team in my list here of the top 3 teams of the 2013 NFL Draft. Retro playback. This is going to be a team I mentioned in the last video, the Eagles. I thought the Philadelphia Eagles did a good job with the decent amount of picks they had. Starting off for them was the offensive tackle, Lane Johnson. They got him out of Oklahoma. Can't go wrong with going offensive tackle first for your linemen. Going high and early out of big school here. I think it'd be good to give him some depth behind Jason Peters. Maybe they could take a look at him at right tackle, guard, if he's versatile, he can play that position. We'll see how things go along. He's only been in the league 1 year at this point. Tight end Zach Ertz, right up there with Coby Fleener. Definitely the 2 better tight ends I was looking at than Toilolo. He has height, but for me, he didn't have the all-around game, and just didn't, have what I heard out of the experts, that I heard out of Zach Ertz in this case, as well as Coby Fleener. Got him out of Stanford. After that tight end out of Stanford, they got defensive tackle Benny Logan at LSU. A lot of talent on the defensive line that year, and even this past year, just now 2014. A player I remember having on my board, probably kind of high because he came out of big school. I had a pretty good campaign that year, LSU in general. Then, of course, after that, you had quarterback Matt Barkley with their 4th pick out of USC. Very highly coveted coming out of high school. Anybody who knows a little bit about Matt Barkley knows that. Played good at USC. Had some good games there. Even, of course, against other teams in the Pac-10. Pretty big division there. Benefited well. I think he had some injuries towards the end of his time in USC, but nonetheless, he did very well getting the 4th pick by the Eagles. Of course, 5th they had Earl Wolf, safety, out of NC State. A player I think I remember hearing about. I don't know if I had him on my board for safety. I think last year was an okay year for safeties as well as 2014. 2013 though, they picked him with their 5th pick. Their 6th pick, Joe Kruger, defensive end, outside pressure guy at Utah. It's going to be interesting to see how to use him now. They moved Trent Cole to the defensive end to outside linebacker. A bit spotty last year. Decent enough defense to get them to the playoffs. We'll see how he continues to contribute with guys like Cole on that defense in Philadelphia in his 2nd year. Jordan Poyer. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't have him very high on my board. They picked him, cornerback out of Oregon State. Poyer was more of a, I think it was either the undersized or he was a return guy too. I like guys who are like at least 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot, have athletic ability for the height, so they don't get locked up with their hips, turning and on breaks and things like that when they cover receivers. But still, a guy who I had on my board. I didn't even have a lot of cornerbacks on my board. I had like 10 or 15. As opposed to this year, there was like 30 guys, about 40 almost, that I had on my board. Only about 30 went in the draft, 2014. But they got Jordan Poyer in 2013 before they finished out with their last pick. Defensive end David King with their last pick in the 2013 draft. The Eagles got him out of Oklahoma as well. So they started with Oklahoma with Lane Johnson, ended with David King. A player I don't remember even hearing about. Maybe, Oklahoma, they always got a lot of talent. Lose that 1 or 2 games a year that they're not supposed to lose. So maybe the coaching there, needs to just get more out of the talent which they can get. So we'll see how he fares. I didn't hear so much about him or Zach Ertz, to be honest, this past year. But we'll see how they can do, of course, coming into their 2nd year next. I have my 3rd video, my final video of the 2013 draft. Big winners, best draft jobs, I'd say. This was 2nd with the Eagles. The 1st overall is going to be a team I'll leave for the next video, so you'd be surprised that, so you can debate, you think they're the best, so, like it's a big reveal. But I think it's the best, and I'll explain pretty thoroughly why I think they're the best draft. Pretty envious draft. To me, Philly and Arizona are kind of like drop-offs to them. It's like a big drop-off after that number 1 draft overall. So we'll see what anybody thinks. If anybody comments, feel free to say what you will. I'm not an expert. Nobody is. If anybody's the expert, it's the guys on TV for the most part. Most of them. Some of them, they're not. But I look forward to seeing y'all next time with my number 1 draft of 2013 for the NFL.